It's official, we are transitioning into transitional season, and this is one of the most confusing times to dress yourself or like prepare your wardrobe in general. I mean, it is different from transitional season. I feel like the transition into transitional season, I'm gonna stop saying that, but is a bit more up and down. So some days in London can be super hot, some days can be cold and rainy. So it's hard to know what to do with the wardrobe at this stage. Do you rotate out the summer fabrics like the linens and the seersuckers and then bring in the knitwear, or do you just keep everything in one? Personally, I like to keep things on rotation just to steer away from clutter and also stop moths as well. We're going to do another video on transitional season itself, but this is just to prepare for it. So before we get into it, I'd just like to ask if you get anything from the video at all, if you can hit the like and subscribe button. Check out archeranwoods.com for pre and menswear, and sign up to the Substack The Guidance, which is a newsletter I send out with links to pre-owned items I find 2 or 3 times a week, and also just like general ramblings as well. Anything we discuss in these videos I put links to, and you can DM me any of your style questions. So I'll put a link in the description for that. Then a quick fit check for myself. I'm wearing this lightweight jacket which I got from the Decorum pop-up they did at Trunk over here in London, and then I think the same t-shirt I wore in the last video, which is this brown knitted t-shirt from Lestrange. It has been washed, not that you need to wash your knitwear after every wear, but I have wanted it just so you know. But anyway, enough about all that. Let's get into these top 10 tips. Right, so first up is keeping the heavier summer fabrics in rotation. So what I like to do is just box up or put away all the sort of lighter weight fabrics, the stuff I'm never going to wear this time of year, and keep hold of the heavier ones. So for instance, like I've got a heavy linen Drake's jacket, which can be worn pretty much quite late into the year. Like I know a lot of people are like, no, at the end of summer linens are going away, but with something like that, it's quite heavy. Yeah, it has a bit of a linen-y texture to it, but really you'd have to really care that much about it for it to bother you, and for me it doesn't. If it's heavy enough, if it's warm enough or cool enough, I'll keep that thing in rotation. I've also got like a lightweight seersucker jacket which I'll keep around, and that will probably ease its way out of rotation shortly as well, but I just like to keep the heavier stuff around and then move away the sort of lighter stuff. For instance, my Luca Filoni linen navy shirt, which I think I wore like 2 or 3 videos ago, that's been boxed up and put away because I just don't see it becoming that hot, and I just feel I get a summery feel out of that shirt rather than the sort of transitional sort of seasonal feel. Let's keep around the sort of hopsack suits, any sort of heavier sort of chambray sort of shirts, anything like that at all. They'll stick around, but just the lighter weight stuff I'll put away. So the next thing then is to introduce layers. So I did a shorts video, I think it'll be on the reels, it'll be on my Instagram at Mr. Luke Hodges if you're not following, where I mentioned that vests or gilets or the like are becoming more and more prevalent in the menswear sphere. Not that you have to follow the sort of trends in that sense, because it's a bit of classic menswear anyway, but if you are a fan of vests, this is the moment for them because they're very available. I did a Substack post on my 21 favorites, which you can find in the description, and all different sort of styles as well. You don't have to be the sort of city boy fleece sort of style. You can go a bit more for a fisherman sort of look, a bit more of a utilitarian or military, and it's a good look. It adds an extra bit of layering, a little bit of warmth. You can put it as an underlayer under a coat, or you can put it over a coat as well, and it can look pretty good. Then we've also got things like chore jackets as well, which will never go out of style, and these sort of lightweight layers that will be really important for this time of year. So the third thing then is to shift the color palette slightly. So you don't have to go with drastic changes. I mean, my wardrobe has a very limited range in terms of color palettes, but it's more the tone. So sometimes things like bright whites, I'll move to more like a cruise. It sounds crazy, I know, but it's that subtle little shift that I feel can make all the difference, especially with a bit more of a heavier fabric. Lighter sort of sage greens, like opaly sort of lightweight light greens, I'll move to more of a darker tone, a bit more olives, a bit more darker, richer sort of tones, and just keep that sort of going through. I'm not one for too many lighter colors, but I know a lot of guys that love to get the sort of brighter, lighter colors out in the summer. Just toning the dial down in terms of the tone can really go a long way in sort of signifying a bit more of a transitional wardrobe. So tip number 4 is that loafers and boots can now overlap. During the summer, loafers are the majority of what I wear when I go out, but now I'll start to introduce the boots, the sort of chukka boots, the desert boots, and that will stay in rotation with loafers. I do tend to wear loafers all year round, but I like to just then ease in the sort of boots, ease in the suede boots, just to get ready for the sort of colder weather and for when it is a bit naff outside, the boots are coming on. So just to ease them back into rotation, you don't have to go full winter boot. If you have something like a trucker boot, now's the time to bring it into the fold. And then number 5, it's all about texture. I'll have to bang on about texture as much as possible because I think it's one of the most neglected areas of dressing. I think actually guys can do it subconsciously, but it's never like at the front of people's minds. Well, it's not often in the front of people's minds. So bringing in texture could be so crucial this time of year. A suede jacket can go a long way, a bit of brushed cotton or corduroy, and now is the time for that sort of wear as well, because the weather isn't too terrible. Suede jackets can really be worn at their most this time of year, I feel, especially as you get into real transitional season, when the weather isn't like too rainy and horrible outside. Now is the time to wear this stuff. Get your wear out of it while you can, because it's a very short window of time, obviously depending where you live in the world, but having a bit of texture can really signify a change of season without it going full winter. And then tip number 6 is to be prepared for weather mood swings. The things I like to really keep on me is a really compact umbrella. I don't have it on me right now, but it's a very small one, about this big. I got it from Boots, which is a chemist over here. Is it similar to like a Walgreens in America? But it's the best. I can fit it in my back pocket or like a lightweight jacket pocket, and it's a reinforced one as well, so it doesn't just blow away and like wreck itself at a small gust. So that could be an absolute lifesaver, especially if you do like to wear suede. And in London, where the weather changes super quick, it's an absolute gem, and it's lasted me ages. And it's not the best looking thing in the world. I'd rather go with function over style, and especially as I can pack it away. Other things as well, like a lightweight rain jacket. I also have like a vintage lightweight one that I can like stuff in a pocket as well. Like can just throw it over the top of me, and that is just not offensive in that sort of way. Like it's okay. It's just a plain sort of like windbreakery hooded thing that I can just keep just in case I need it, and if I do have to wear it, I don't worry about it too much. Other than that, investing in a really nice like rain jacket or something that is waterproof can really save you when you're choosing the item to wear when you go out, because if you've got something you actually like and it has a function of keeping you dry, that's all a good thing. And number 7, we have knitwear, but knitwear without the bulk. So the main things I'm thinking here are like long sleeve crew neck sweaters, merino wool polos. I personally love a long sleeve polo. I'll get so much wear out of them over this time of year. They look great with a pair of high-waisted trousers or a pair of jeans, and also under a suit as well. So these two things, they give you a little bit of warmth without too much, and they just are really versatile. They go with pretty much everything, and they don't have that additional bulk. So when you are layering up and it's not overly cold, you don't have that extra sort of bulkiness that's going on around you. I get that quite a lot because of my body shape, so what I like to do is keep this sort of like first layer as lightweight as possible, and that can really go a long way in terms of just like your whole silhouette and getting that right. Now tip number 8 is about trousers, and it's more about making trousers the anchor point in your transition into transitional season. So this is more if you want to keep the rest of the items that you're sort of like turning over in your wardrobe quite lightweight. You can use trousers as just that little step up in warmth. So going for a bit more of a weighty fabric, maybe like a corduroy or like a linen wool blend occasionally as well. Hopsack are pretty good this time of year. So using the trousers as your sort of anchor point to transitioning out if you want to keep like the lighter weight shirts and you just prefer layering in general rather than having heavier fabrics. And again with this, it's the same thing. If you tone down the colors with these to like olives, browns, charcoals, that'll be the real signifier in terms of moving towards this colder weather and the more gloomier weather as well. And then our penultimate tip is just getting the most out of your lightweight jackets and outerwear, and maybe experimenting with them as well. Like this time of year, again, it depends on where you live in the world, but it's so fleeting that I know that I barely get to wear most of my jackets. Like lightweight jackets are one of my favorite things in the world, but you just don't get enough time to actually wear them out, especially when it comes to like suede jackets, Barber jackets as well. Like I'll wear them quite a fair bit, but just not enough. I just really miss them when you start getting like too cold. Often I'll try to get the most wear out of them as possible with like a roll neck underneath, but sometimes you just have to succumb to getting a big overcoat out. So now is the time of year to really experiment with that stuff, be it like a heavier sort of overshirt, as I say, like a Barber jacket, Harrington jackets. Have a bit of fun with this sort of stuff. Wear them while you can, because when it comes to like November, December, you'll wish you had. And then finally, tip number 10 is don't rush the season. It could be super tempting, especially when you're like excited about changing over your wardrobe, getting those sort of like flannel suits out, to just like bin off all of the sort of summer stuff and put it away. But that's something I've certainly done in the past, and then when you have a really warm day, you really regret it. You've got nothing to wear, you feel a bit silly going out in some heavyweight materials and also super hot as well. So just using this time to just slowly prepare your wardrobe for the autumn and then the winter. Now is the time to do that. So be a bit more strategic about your wardrobe. Go through the stuff we talked about in this list and just slowly prepare yourself for the colder months. And then enjoy the process as well. Like I'm saying, like get those lightweight jackets out. Actually wear them. Go out with just a suit and like a crew neck underneath. Again, you don't get that much time to do that. I certainly wish that was like this half the year, because it just makes things so much easier just to sort of go outside with just a suit and a shirt or a jumper underneath. And it is like the best time of year. Maybe spring is the best time of year, but this time of year is also pretty good too. But they are my tips for transitioning into transitional season. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything you'd like to add to the list as well. Remember to check out archeryonwards.com and sign up to the Substack, The Guidance. Up again, I'll put everything in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.